beautiful Nicolettes. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. I've seen these videos going around, so I thought I would share my journey on everything I've done to lose the weight and keep it off and be at that goal weight where I want to be. And I guarantee you, if you try some of these, it will work for you. Of course, I'm not a professional, but these are just the things that I found worked for me, and I was able to incorporate it into my lifestyle. I want to say thank you guys so much because I told you guys I would be DMing a lot of you who went over to my Instagram and followed, and I got an overwhelming amount of messages, so I wasn't able to message all of you. I did not expect that many messages, to be honest. I will try my best to DM more of you on my Instagram because I love talking to you, so make sure you guys are following me over on there. It's just at Nicolettaxovlogs. I'm very active on there. With that being said, let's jump into it. The first and most important thing is to develop a routine and make it a lifestyle. So I think a lot of us do it for a couple days and then we get unmotivated because we might not see the results as quick as we want and just stop. But I want you guys to remember that it takes at least 21 days for a new habit to form. So don't give up within the first week. Keep it going within at least that first month and you're really gonna notice a difference. My routine is pretty simple. I like to get up early in the morning. I wake up at 6 a.m., head to the gym. I did a whole video on how to wake up earlier and kind of to become more successful and all of that kind of stuff. So if you want to see it, I definitely recommend checking that video out. I give all my tips and I really did enjoy making that video, so I'll link that down below. But I just find that waking up early in the morning, heading to the gym and doing my workouts work the best for me, and it's become part of my routine now because I've been doing it for so long.
At the gym, it's only 6:30 in the morning.
Of course, not everyone I know can wake up super early before work or school and go have a workout. I just found that worked for me better than when I went in the evenings. But of course, you have to make a routine around you, a routine that you're gonna be able to do consistently and not just like a one-time thing. Plan things that are gonna work for your lifestyle. Number two, which is a really big thing, and that is just eating cleaner. I've been trying to eat a lot cleaner, especially from Monday to Fridays, because I just find that is the work week, that is grind week, so I try to eat as clean as possible, especially through the week. So I'll eat my breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, but I typically eat a lot healthier. Also, something I try to do is if I'm gonna have carbs, I like to have it more in the beginning of the day as opposed to having a lighter meal for dinner. I like to do and have more bigger filling meals near the beginning of the day. I just find that works for me, and I love to have things like oatmeal in the morning. I love having chicken with veggies, sweet potatoes, just things that aren't processed. I find eating cleaner foods, eating less foods from outside, and just more cooking indoor and eating less processed food, you're gonna notice such a big difference. And trying to at least eat healthy Monday to Friday is the best that's worked for me. On Saturdays, I like to have a little snack, something like popcorn, which isn't even that bad for you, but something that I want to kind of indulge in and enjoy. I'll have a little portion of that more on my Saturdays. Of course, when you're doing like kind of like cheat meals, you want it to be like a cheat meal as opposed to a whole cheat day. And I find when I do mess up sometimes and have like a whole cheat day, maybe I'm eating a lot that day, having a lot of junk, that basically always I find sets me off. So I just try to stay in eating clean food as much as possible. And speaking of food, another thing I do is to avoid late night binging. So I've been putting a cutoff line lately on when I stop eating my food. Usually it's around 8-ish p.m. because I do go to bed at around like 10-ish, I'd say 9, 10. So sometimes I'll even cut it off a little bit earlier, but if the latest I like to usually eat is 8 p.m., I just find when you late night binge, it's not the greatest. And also I find when I'm consistently eating good foods, hearty foods through the day, I don't get that craving to want to binge at nighttime. So I find if you're just eating the right amount of foods throughout your day, you're not gonna get that craving at night. Another little simple tip that I started doing is I switched my lattes over to just a black coffee. So I am a coffee lover, a coffee addict, I must admit, but something I definitely cut off is all the sugary coffee drinks with the milks, the sugars, all that stuff, and I switched over to just having a black coffee. Because if you start having those lattes and those mochas mocha lattes, chai tea latte, all that kind of stuff. It's full of sugar. Sometimes those drinks also have the amount of sugar that you should be having within 3 days. So just cutting out sugars and fattening milks in your coffee is gonna make such a big difference. If you're someone who likes coffee and needs to have coffee in the day, I definitely recommend trying to switch over to black coffee. Or even something like tea. I like to usually end off my nights with the tea. I find that it relaxes me, it soothes me, it removes the toxins, and it just makes me feel better. Another thing that I do is I try to have more natural sugars. So instead of grabbing those Reese's Pieces and seeing how much sugar is in it, I switch over to more having natural sugars such as fruits, so strawberries, blackberries, blueberries. Those are things I've been gravitating towards as opposed to having artificial sugar that is not great for you, which is the cause for a lot of people gaining weight, is having too much sugar in their diets, especially artificial sugar. So I like to go for more of the natural sugars, and you can get that of course from fruits, and fruits are also really yummy as well, so you can't go wrong with that. Another one is increasing my natural diuretics. I think that's how you pronounce it, but pretty much what I like to do every single morning is to add some lemon and cucumber into my water. So you can either have lemon in your water, cucumber, but lately I've been loving the two together. I just love the taste of it so much more. So all I do is I fill up a glass of cold water, I'll put in my lemons, cut some up, cut some cucumbers up, put it all in, and then drink that. And I just find it's really refreshing. It's really great for your body. There's a lot of great benefits to adding lemon or cucumbers and stuff like that into your water. So I definitely recommend doing things like that. And it just makes me feel a lot better as well through the day. Next is prioritize your exercise. So like I said, I usually go in the morning, but do what works for you. I like to work from Monday to Friday. I've been going to the gym doing that. That works for me. If you're just trying to incorporate exercise into your days, I'd say at least try to exercise 3 to 4 days a week. I love doing, like I said, the Monday to Friday exercises. And something I do when I wanted to lose weight is I did a lot more HIIT exercises. I do a lot of circuit type exercises where they're like high intensity. So I'll do like jumping jacks, then I'll go into sit-ups, stuff like that, where it's just constant workouts one after the other, and that's gonna get your heart rate up and burn that fat. So I'll share with you guys some little circuit workouts right now. The first circuit I am doing here begins with some squats. My toes are pointed a bit outward and I put my hands right to my ear, kind of like you would during a crunch. Usually when I do circuits, I'll either do reps of 25 to 50. In the squats, I think I did about 25 before I moved on to the next exercise. And the next exercise are planks. However, you're gonna be doing jumping planks. These burn so much. You're gonna bring your legs in and out. And I did 25 as well for this one. Once I was done doing my jumping planks, I moved on to lunges, of course, and you're going to do 25 lunges, but I did double that because I wanted to get 25 on each leg. So this is such a great workout for the legs and the booty, and I love doing lunges in circuits as well. Now moving on to my last part of the circuit, and that is just doing Russian twists, but instead of just doing the typical Russian twist, you're also going to do bicycles with your legs. So you're kind of getting a harder workout when you do this. Now moving on to circuit number 2, I started off with 50 jumping jacks. This is really just gonna get your heart rate up. Next, I moved on to kind of like these burpees without a jump, and then I add a push-up. So all I did is I start with my hands reaching up to the sky, and then I walk my hands out slowly, and then to finish it off, I do a push-up and then walk my hands back to my feet as much as I can. And these are just a really great overall workout. So I did 25 of these. Then I just moved on to jogging on the spot, and I made sure that my knees went up pretty high, and I did this for about 1 minute. To finish off this circuit, I moved on to wall sits. Just like you're sitting in a chair, you're going to hold it for about a minute as well. And for all my circuits, I'll repeat them about 4 to 5 times. And my next one is have an accountability system. So I do 2 things for this. I actually just bought a wellness tracker, and I picked this one up from Winners. It's really great because you can write what you eat through the day, you can write the exercises you did, how you feel in the day, how many waters you drink. So it really keeps you accountable for your days and really allows you to track your process. And I just find this works really well. And as well as if you do want to track your process, something I've been doing is I've not been stepping really on the scale, because the scale is not going to tell you if you have fat or muscle, what's happening there, unless you have those scales that tell you that, then that's a little bit better. But for me, I just like to see how I feel by looking in the mirror, taking progress pictures, seeing how your clothes are fitting you. That's kind of more my accountability that I like to do as opposed to going on the scale every day, because it can be discouraging, especially if it's not telling you if you've gained muscle or fat, which muscle does weigh more than fat. So that's why I definitely recommend trying to not really go on the scale especially every single day. If you want to check once in a while to kind of see where you are, then that is much better. But going every single day is just not good for your mental health. And I just find looking at progress pictures are really great as well, because that's when you can really see the difference. But having an accountability system makes the world of a difference. So those are all the tips. I know they were super simple, but I'm telling you, if you start to do this into your routine, you get motivated, I can guarantee you that you're gonna notice a difference. I've done so many fitness videos. I have even full out workout routines. So if you wanna see what I do at the gym, if you wanna see 10-minute workouts that you can do straight from your home, check it out. I have a butt one and two ab ones, I believe. So if you wanna do ab workouts, get a flat stomach, try those exercises out. I'll have everything in the description box for you guys to check out. Thumbs up if you liked it and if it was useful and if it motivated you. Let me know what your goals are in the comments down below. I'd love to know. As well as before I get off this, make sure you're part of the family by hitting that subscribe button, of course, because I do upload every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And if you turn on that bell, you'll get notified every single time I upload, because now if you just subscribe, YouTube just doesn't suggest it all the time. So if you hit that bell, it will guarantee you that I will be put on your subscription feed. So if you aren't already, you can also follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of fitness stuff on there, and also I will be talking to a lot of you guys over on there. So it's just Nicolettaxovlogs, and I do also have a Snapchat, Facebook page, and a Twitter. So if you want to be a part of those families as well, definitely feel free to come over. I love talking to you guys. If you guys ever use my workouts or any of my meals that you see in my videos, it would mean so much if you guys showed me. I'd love to see that and see your progress even. I love looking at other people's progress. It's so motivating to see other people work out and kind of be like a little community. I love that. But that being said, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, evening, or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye!